Darius who? Hi, welcome back to our Director's Cuts here at Regal Heights. Based upon yesterday's message, part 9 of the book of Daniel, Daniel in the Lion's Den. So we learn here that the king is a guy named Darius who's making these decrees about worship that ends up getting Daniel thrown into the lion's den for not worshiping a pagan king. And so with that, who is this Darius? I thought that Cyrus was the king. Well, you got to understand something about kingdoms and empires. Cyrus was a Persian, and he made an alliance with the Medes. And we understand that one of the leaders of the Medes was a man named Darius. So they were kind of like a two-nation amalgamation. Cyrus was the emperor over the entire, from Egypt all the way to modern-day Iran. And what we're talking about here, this is set, the Daniel in the Lion's Den is set in the province of Babylon. Not the entire empire, just the province. And that we learn was a guy named Darius overtook the city. It was kind of like an underking. There's a couple different Dariuses that we could understand because it simply means holder of the scepter. So that really could be a euphemism for the king himself. So it could be a reference to Cyrus. It could be a reference to Cyrus's son, who we find out that Cyrus's son ended up having co-regent kind of abilities at some point in his reign. But then there was also an official, the official who was put in charge over the province of Babylon the moment it was conquered was a guy named in secular history called Gubaru. And no, it's not a different kind of a car. It's a guy named Gubaru or Gubaru, however you want to pronounce it. I don't know, I don't speak ancient Persian. But we learned that he was put in place over the city of Babylon. The Bible says that a man named King Darius was set over it. So there's often many different names for different people depending on the language. And some of them were descriptive, some of them were ancient, some of them were family. So this Darius was most likely the Gubaru, even though being called the holder of the scepter could easily be Cyrus or them too. And so with that, because Cyrus is mentioned later in the book, I happen to favor that it is this Gubaru guy, an under king, working very close in hand, if not a sub-king or a lieutenant, if you will, of the emperor Cyrus. So I hope that helps you because, there's things like this that secular historians like to say that the Bible is wrong because they say, no, it wasn't. There was no Darius in our records. I'm like, well, we have Daniel in Israel and he's called Belteshazzar in Babylon. And so there's different names for different things, but the descriptions are all fit and are exactly the same. So there's no reason to doubt what the book of Daniel says. Well, I hope this encourages your faith. Well, thank you for tuning into us and we'll keep on growing as we keep on going. Have a great day.